Hello YouTube, Pallav here, and today we're gonna do the full review of the brand new Honor 9i. The last phone that we reviewed from Honor, the Honor 8 Pro, got pretty good marks in our books, and it was actually a value for money product. We'll see whether this one is too. In this video, we're gonna show you what's inside the box, and then we'll have the performance testing. We have done the battery test, we did some benchmark, we played some games, we did the in-depth camera testing. And then we probably should be able to tell you whether this device deserves your time and money. So that's a pretty simple looking box, and this one costs just under 18,000. Once you open the box, it's very well presented content. First of all, we get the gold version Honor 9i. We'll come back to the phone in just a bit. Here you'd get some documentation. You get the warranty card, the quick start guide, and then you would also get a back cover, a back protective cover, you can say. SIM ejector tool can go like this, and then you'd have a 10-watt wall adapter, micro USB cable. This device has a micro USB port plus the entry-level earphones. That's the Honor 9i. We have the gold model. It also comes in black and blue. But I like this because I can show this all the ports and buttons to you in the video. Anyway, so the striking feature of this phone is this full vision display. It's an 18 by 5 by 9 aspect ratio. It's what they call a 5.9 inch with full HD plus resolution. So yeah, it's an all metal body, only 7.5 mm thickness. I love holding this device, does not slip that much. Plus once you wear the back cover, then it gives all the more grip. And at 164 gram on paper it looks heavy, but it does not feel that heavy. Maybe the weight is very eventually distributed throughout the body. So that's the full vision display. We do not have any Gorilla Glass protection, but then you get a plastic screen guard pre-installed. Another striking feature of this device is that there are two cameras on the front and two cameras on the back. Actually, let's not call them dual camera, because the second one in each case is a depth sensor. It's not a camera. A camera is the one who takes photo. You cannot take photo with the second sensor. It's just a sensor that senses the depth, so that it enables portrait mode in both front as well as on the back camera. So you have the 13 MP front camera along with the depth sensor plus a flash as well. Your shortcut key is going to be on screen here. Then you have a dual hybrid SIM card arrangement, your power button, volume rocker, noise cancelling mic there. You have your micro USB port, 3.5mm jack plus the speaker. On the back side you have a 16 MP camera with the 2 MP depth sensor again, LED flash, and the fingerprint sensor. I would have probably liked the fingerprint sensor to be located here slightly down below. But overall, the design and build quality of this phone is supreme for the price point. As I told you before, it has a 5.9 inch screen with full HD plus display, and the viewing angle is only average, not great, but overall the screen is sharp enough due to that full HD plus display. Also, it's bright enough, so when you go to full brightness you'll see good brightness level, but the contrast is not that much. You can see that on our color card here. It can differentiate the color between these red gamuts, between this blue gamut, so it covers a decent amount of color gamuts, but the contrast is not that much. It's slightly I'd be tempted to say that it's more towards natural, but at times I almost felt that it's slightly, very slightly off colored. Overall, yeah, I like the display, but that contrast could have been better. Let's check out the settings now. In About Phone, you see that it's powered by Android 7. That's all good and stuff. It has 64 GB of internal storage, and there you see free is 43.28 GB. It's also powered by 4 GB of RAM, and when you see one day usage, you see an average usage of 51 GB. We have used this phone extensively, so I would say that's a very good RAM management. The UI does not lag on daily normal usage, normal to moderate usage, but if you're a heavy power user, if you use lots of apps at the same time in the background, and then you have games and you have video editing apps and GPS and all, then you will start to see some lag on this new Huawei chipset. We have some of the apps. We have the typical Google Android apps plus the Huawei or the Honor in-house apps, and then some third-party apps as well, but not many bloatware. And this is one of the USP of this device. You have 2 cameras on the back plus 2 cameras on the front, and because of that you have lots of new options here. First, not so typical Honor UI, mainly because of those new options. First of all, you see that is enabled, so this is wide aperture disabled. That's the aperture mode. This is where the depth sensor gets activated, and then you can virtually adjust your aperture level. So when you go up, more things will be in focus. When you come down, less and less things will be in focus. That's disabled. You can also enable moving pictures. It's like a live photo in the iPhone. And then you can also have a portrait mode where it kind of smoothens the skins and all. You can also have the aperture mode, or it's called bokeh here, in the portrait mode, so that it kind of smoothens the skin as well as it makes the background blurry. It's a nice touch, really. Here you have all the shooting modes, and then you have some of the settings, yeah, the resolutions and those kind of stuff. Let's go to the front camera, and this one is a 13 MP front camera. It does not have the wide aperture mode, curiously, but then because you probably mostly click only portraits in with the front camera, so you have the portrait mode enabled and then the bokeh mode. It basically does the same thing as the wide aperture, and Honor assumes that you will mostly take portraits with the front camera, which is true. That's why it does not have the wide aperture, separate wide aperture mode, really. You also have the moving picture mode here as well, and you also have continuous or soft flash. And then similarly to the rear camera, you have the settings, and you also have the shooting modes. So we checked the image and video quality on this one. They are very good under enough light. Both the bokeh mode or the wide aperture mode, whatever you call it, give a good amount of blur images, and the algorithm is much better than some of the earlier Honor phones. So you get mostly you get a natural bokeh effect on the background. Under low light, however, they show slight amount of noise, both the video and as well as the images, both from the front and the back camera, but they try to check the noise up to a good level. Under low light, if you use the flash intelligently, then you'll be able to click some good portrait with the selfie camera. Overall, a very good camera duo system on this. So there's only one speaker out here, no other speakers, number one. Number two is it's not very loud, so at a crowded place you probably won't be able to hear this speaker, but it has good amount of bass and treble. I really would have liked the volume, the loudness to be slightly more, but the bass and the surround sound is very good. We did some benchmark testing, and expectedly it performs much below average. So you have 64,000 on Antutu, you have 910 on a Geekbench 4 and 3337 and 2944. You see, average to below average really on this. And then 3D Mark 369, that's again much below average. 4846 is a decent score on PC Mark. So yeah, in most cases it scores below average, in some cases near to average, but the battery life I would say is above average. 8 hours and 15 minutes battery life screen on time means that you can easily use this phone in moderate to heavy amount for the whole day. If you use it very heavily, if it's a power user, probably you'll have to charge it every night, but that's fine. It will at least take you through not only the business but the whole actual day. We played some demanding games like Modern Combat 5, Godfire, Asphalt 8 on this device, and no problem at all. So then guys, that's our full review of the Honor 9i. Some of the pros is, first of all, the design and the build quality. The full vision display is very beautiful. It's very lightweight, all metal body, so durable as well. Number 2 is the camera performance. Overall, for the price point, both the cameras perform very admirably. Number 3 is that there are lots of features out there. There are lots and lots of UI customizations also available on this particular phone. The cons would be, I don't know, number 1 I think would be I would have liked the speaker sound to be slightly more. I also would have liked the low light pictures details to be slightly more. They are not as detailed as when you click them under enough light. And apart from that, yeah, probably a second real camera would have been really nice, at least on the rear side, like the Honor 8 Pro, where you can use both the sensors. But yeah, I think for the price point, it's okay. So overall, yeah, it's a very, very decent device, and specifically if you want your bokeh effect, if you want your selfie portrait to stand out from the front, and then the usual bokeh mode on the rear camera with a full vision display, then this is the device to go. If you like this video, please hit the like button, ask anything related to this, and we'll try to answer them all. And please subscribe to our channel and share this video to share the love. Thank you.